Avast me hearties, and welcome once again to Full Stream Ahead. I'm your Captain Charlie, the Professor Esther, and with me as always is me first mate and skinny rich friend.
It's Mozz.
Hey Maz, welcome back. We're doing a little something different this week. We're starting our new show, and it's not a Marvel property or even technically a sci-fi property. It's a mystery property, Mozzie. It is Poker Face, the new hit in the vein of what is arguably the best detective show ever, Columbo, is on Peacock, and we're going to be reviewing it for you guys here tonight. Tonight's episode, Season 1, Episode 1, Dead Man's Hand. When a close friend meets an untimely end, Charlie Cale, a casino cocktail waitress with an uncanny knack to identifying lies, is determined to unravel the mystery, even if it endangers her own life. Rian Johnson is our director this week, and Rian Johnson is also a writer, along with Wyatt Kane and Charlie Peppers. Makes me wonder if Charlie Peppers is a pseudonym or just a cool name. Charlie Peppers is the story editor. Wyatt Kane is, of course, the executive story editor. So I guess that makes Charlie Peppers our hardest working person in show business this weekend. All right, let's get into the story. The story. We do a little bit of what do you call it when the story like goes forward and then jumps back and we see
Flashbacks?
Yeah, well it's a non-linear storytelling design they do for this, and I enjoy it. I really do, because we get a lot of we get to the inciting incident, which is the maid finding the kiddie porn on the whale's computer. Which is disturbing, obviously.
Yeah.
And then she goes and she does what you do, and she's not living in any lies here. She understands, look, I know who this guy is. I don't know if you guys are going to do anything, but I had to let someone know.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I thought it was a real dumb move. Like, millions and millions of dollars funnel into this person's business. Do you think they're going to take your side over theirs? Like, if you're going to take the picture, first of all, it's a crazy. I mean, like, you take a picture and you go to the police. You go to somebody who is not dependent on their money. To take it to people who, make money off of this guy and are motivated to keep this guy free and coming in, thought it was a really, really bad idea.
Well, here's the thing. I think she expected them to not, to sort of like, okay, we'll handle it, but yeah, you don't have to go to his room. Because, like, on some level, I think she really just wanted to get away from it,
Right.
Like,
well, did she really, though? She went back in and took a photograph because she really didn't want to be involved.
Well, she wanted to give a reason why she didn't want to be involved. And then you hope your boss is going to do the right thing.
Yeah, but if that's the part that to me seems really, really short-sighted.
Well, I mean, in our modern world,
but then again, look who she's with, right? So maybe she gives people too much of a benefit of the doubt. She's way too trusting in people.
Yeah, because that is sort of her problem here. Is she is married to a very bad man. Not only is he abusive and violent, but he's also cheating on her. But what I think is the fun thing is that this is how they sort of lay the seeds for everything going forward, about how she found out he was cheating on him because he didn't know, because they have Apple products, man. don't buy Apple products. They rat you out. Because all the photos he had uploaded automatically to the cloud. And then when they have the thing just cycling through all their photos as their screensaver, there's his how's your father showing up in the middle of the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, and this is, and to me, I think this is also where I think, for as dumb as the lady may have been to go to her boss, first off, her boss is clearly dumb too.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but he's also evil.
Yeah, he's evil.
Right.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know if he's evil so much as he is venial.
Okay, so I guess what you would say, he's willfully negligent at the very least.
Oh yeah, well, because what he is
in the face of his own ambitions, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Some would call that evil.
His own lack of ambitions, I think, is really what it is. Because he is clearly, because he is the boss's son, who has literally fallen up into his job.
Right, but he also feels very like he's in his shadow, and nobody respects him because everybody knows he's the screw up, and his father gave him the casino because he knows he can run itself. So he feels disrespected in every conversation he has with somebody. He knows they're looking at him like, "Oh man, I can't believe I have to listen to you," and he wants to get some of that back. And I love the moment where he goes, he literally sits and they're going, "Every decision I've made has been a mistake. But I know I can do this ridiculous plan. No, I think I'm onto something. This time I'm onto something."
Yes, as Homer Simpson once said, after a lifetime of get rich quick schemes, I'm finally going to get rich and quick. And that's the thing with this whole thing. It's he wants to take this guy because he's mad the guy is running private games out of his room. And he's not losing as much as he used to because
and not only that, he's stealing profits from the other gamblers who should be giving their money to him, not to the whale.
Yeah, and that's fair enough, Although, truthfully, we don't know if he wins those games or loses those games.
Either way, but there, whoever the house is that's raking it in those games, it's not Mr. What's his name?
Yeah, Mr. Who is that guy?
Frost, Mr. Frost, Adrian Brody.
No, Adrian Brody. I was trying to remember the actual actor's name, Adrian Brody.
What a great performance by him, though. My word.
And
what's interesting? I did not know the format of this show. Halfway through it, I'm like, man, we are going through a season's worth of exposition here. I'm like, yeah, it's so sad. And then I was like, oh, they're gonna do. Oh, that's so great. I was so satisfied in a sea of people that love to leave you on cliffhangers and never, satisfy the tease that they begin the show with. It was a real nice surprise to not be aware that this was one of those kind of shows where they solve a mystery every week.
Yeah, and it's I think it's going to be like a fugitive kind of situation where she's got to go town to town.
Right, and I'm thinking Adrian Brody, right? He's got to be there for the whole season, right? And Benjamin Bratt, I think his name is the other guy too.
Benjamin Bratt,
yeah, they're going to be here for the long haul, and especially the level of performance that Adrian Brody was giving. Like when he first meets her and gives his little soliloquy about where he came from and yada yada yada. I'm so riveted. It's so nuanced, and he takes you on a journey. It's not like he's just like reading some monologue. I was there living the story with him. And then I was like, oh, wow, okay. He's just episode 1 material. Okay.
Yeah. I think Benjamin Bratt's sticking around.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I guess he doesn't. Yeah. Oh, that's
good.
Yeah,
he's the guy. He's the guy who now he has to do his job, Sorry, lady, we all got a job to do. And, I like you. It's not like I want to do this, but,
Yeah.
You ain't paying my checks. So, and that to me, that's the exciting thing. There is.
I love that, like, the idea, the intrigue really comes in. It's like, because he knows she can spot a lie. So
Mm-hmm.
every conversation has to be really managed from like afar and planned out. Like he has to have a really good reason for not answering a question straightforwardly, whether it becomes
Yes.
because he pretends to get angry about this, but like those moments are really where the magic of this show is.
Mm-hmm.
What an interesting concept to play with and create these situations that are just so interesting.
Exactly, and that the whole idea that and she actually even makes this point. It's like, yeah, being a human lie detector, it's cool, but it's not as useful as you think. Because like, I don't know the truth. I just know when something's a lie, and
Right.
that's a very interesting differentiation. That knowing the truth is a whole other superhero power. This is
Right.
just saying, you know what? Oh yeah, I know that what you said to me was not true. I know
Right.
that
But
you're
if I don't
projecting.
know the structure around your lie, why you're lying, just jibber jabber.
Well, but more to the point, it's what bothers her, and that's the thing.
Hmm.
And it's also goes back to just this central idea of why are we going to just murdering people in the first act? Why are we in a 1970s Incredible Hulk episode where it's like, well, have we tried murdering them yet?
Yeah.
This person knows something we don't want to get out. And that's the thing. You could play it a lot of different ways. But you're making this choice. Oh no, we're going to kill this woman
Right.
poorly, and
I mean,
somehow
he
that's going
thought
to
he was
solve
being
the
real
problem.
clever, and I did too. When he's like, "Oh man, he planted his own gun. Oh, how lucky did he get?" And then I was like, "Yeah." I was thinking just as dumb as Mr. Frost was, Frost Jr.
Well, the thing is they would have gotten away with it because the pieces fit nicely. It only doesn't work because someone else knows something's wrong.
Mm.
And that's the point. That's what it gets down to is she's walking through it and she's like, and by the way, I love the fact that she's an alcoholic, as it's nice to have some alcoholic representation on TV. Since Jessica Jones went off the air, we don't have the person. And I can definitely uh empathize with the day drinking and just walking around with your tall boy at 6 a.m. and just trying to figure stuff out. I do like that.
I
But at
like
the same
the way she phrased it when he's talking about, wouldn't you want to be out there like living it up? You deserve to use your gifts for being something more. She's like, no, man, I'm okay. I'm getting by. That's way better than the uncertainty of losing everything. She's like, I'm fine just getting by. It's really hard to tempt her.
Yeah, well, but I think and again, that's that what's what I'm looking for? Not differentiation, but that's the separation between how he thinks and
Mm,
how she thinks. Because she's like, no, 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 I'm okay. I have what I came here for. I got money for beer. I got
right.
money. I got a nice job that's kind of fun. I get to work in the casino, and that's cool. I got my little mobile home park, and the weather's not too bad here because we're in the desert, so it doesn't rain. So, I have friends and I have things to do. And, this idea that, oh, I would want to be, I need to be in the penthouse. No, she doesn't.
Mm,
That's not who she is,
right.
And I think that is a really great point about her. And again, where it goes into this fact that the Adrian Brody character, he can't comprehend it.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand how you could be happy just being. Like, and to him, it's like you have this, what he sees as a superpower, and she's like, it's okay, it's a neat trick I can do, but that's all.
Meanwhile, you should be grateful for what you have, having screwed up your whole life and still landing in a situation where you can be just fine, better than
And
just
that's
fine.
And that's the real joke of it, is that if this character, if Adrian Brody's character had ever applied himself to anything, he didn't have to go into his dad's business. He could have been a hotshot lawyer.
I don't know. I wonder about that. I feel like he's one of those people that shouldn't try things.
Well, that's true too.
Because his ideas are usually kind of not well thought out and kind of dumb.
Yeah. You know who he reminds me of?
Oh.
Christopher from The Sopranos.
Ah.
The favorite son who just, it's not that he was bad, it's just that he couldn't handle his own vices.
Right.
And he couldn't handle doing what he had to do. And so many of the people on The Sopranos were always about people, like, there were two kinds of people in The Sopranos. There were the people that were mobsters, and they knew who they were, they knew what they did, and they just wanted to be mobsters. You had, like, Paulie Walnuts and everything.
Right.
And then you have guys like...
They knew their role in the machine.
Exactly. And then you got guys like Christopher and, and really Tony Jr., who are like, no, I want to be a movie producer. I want to do this and that. And it's like...
They got sold on the idea of a gangster from Hollywood.
Yeah. Well, but the thing is, the joke of it is like, that's great. And people are willing to invest in it. But if you don't have the talent or you don't have the work ethic...
That, and you don't really understand the business, right?
Yeah.
You have this fanciful idea of what it is based on the image that's sold to you. But like, once you get down to the nitty gritty of it, when you have to be part of a collective, when you have to give of yourself to be part of this collective, then it's not as glorious as you would think it is. And in those moments, you're like, yeah, maybe I don't really want this.
Yeah. And, I don't know about the whole plan with the whole cameras and the whole thing about telling the bluff. I actually think it would have been smarter just to have her go in there as a poker player and just clean them out. I
don't know if I would have felt comfortable, because she is kind of unpredictable, kind of unstable, and kind of hard-headed to the point where I would not have trusted her in a situation like that.
Yeah, especially once she knows who the guy is.
Right.
And I think that's that's the real worry for Adrian in this, is like, Mr. Frost. He had this plan how he's gonna fleece this guy and show his dad how cool he is. He's probably been planning this for months. And even then, he doesn't even know what he's doing. He just knows that there's
he's trying to take this guy for, what did he say, like 1.6 million, 2.1 million, like paltry money relative to like the lifetime value of a client like this, continuously spending money at your casinos. It's such a dumb, short-sighted move. And he's like, he's gonna be so proud of me. I killed the golden goose and I got the 2.1 million. That was it. And that's the last money you're ever gonna get out of this guy. Congratulations.
Well, yeah, and again, it's just this idea that it's the assumption that he's winning these games he's running in his room. And yeah, you can say he's being the house in that, and so he's probably is.
Or whoever is winning those games is getting that money, not the house, right? That's the idea. So,
well, yes, that's how gambling works.
Right. No, but that's what, it's not just like, oh, it's not that big a deal. He's playing. No, he's stealing money from him. Not only his own money, but the other people's money too.
Yeah.
They're losing to each other rather than losing to the house.
Tables. Or he could be losing his money at their tables.
Right. But either way, 5 people are losing, 1 person's winning, right? All those 5 losers, that money is not going to the casino.
And here's the thing. A smart businessman would have said, I'm worrying that you're giving people substandard experiences at our hotel when you have these private games. I'm not saying you can't have a private game, but I do think you need to work with us to make these the best private games around, if you're going to have a private game up here in our room.
Especially when somebody just delivered you some pretty juicy leverage.
Well, yeah, well, right there, the whole leverage thing. I mean, that again is this other thing. It's like, oh wow, I could like send this guy to like prison.
Yeah.
Like, I like this is, this is a what's his name? Post what was that guy? Hung himself in prison. Epstein. This is post Epstein.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like,
not only do I own the cops, but I also own the proof. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, exactly. I could really, I could either set him up or I could blackmail him. I can say, funny thing, when we're going through our stuff, that's not really a secure internet connection you're on. And it's all this stuff here. What do you think that's worth to a guy like you? And
that's worth to a guy like my father.
Yeah, and but this is the thing, and it's about short-sightedness. He had a plan, a stupid plan, but he had a plan, and everybody else, there's like anyone else it was like, oh man, that'd be great to use against him. Wow, that seems like a much better plan. Let's do that one.
What I was really surprised by was that Benjamin Bratt's character never called the father. He knew everything that Junior was doing was stupid. And I've got to imagine one of his imperatives from his father must have been, hey, just make sure my dumb son doesn't get into any stupid trouble. See anything on the horizon, you give me a buzz. I think if I'm Frost Sr., I'm going to be really mad at this guy.
You know what? I would think that, except clearly he's all saddy and weepy when his son decides to, take flying lessons.
But it's also like I think he's angry because it challenges the chair. It challenges the position, not necessarily for his dumbass son. I mean, like, he doesn't really.
It's your son. You're gonna love your dumbass
How
son.
dare you do that to my son? How dare you do that to my door? How dare that's the piece he's angry about. Care less.
Yeah. And that's but I think that's sort of the thing. And here's the thing: I'll guarantee you, here's what it is. He didn't tell the dad about the trying to fleece the whale. Probably because he said, you know what, this kid, he's going to make stupid mistakes. His dad's going to get mad about it, but he's still going to be at the job, And if I say, hey, I don't know that this is a good idea, then he's doing it before anyone's made the actual decision. So it's not like he can say this is losing us money. It's just him saying, hey, I think your son's making a stupid ass decision. And it's like, yes, I know, he's my son. I've known him a long time. That's the kind of decisions he does.
I love when he finally gets to call him an idiot. He goes, you're such an idiot.
Yeah.
Finally is able to be open and honest with him. Oh, that was beautiful.
Yeah. And just at the end of it, it's just, I feel bad for the poker face character here, who is just a fantastic actress, by the way. Yeah. I just want to give her a big shout out here. Let me get to her name. Natasha Lyonne, which is such a fancy name for someone who, as she says, has made her whole career playing, middle-aged men. It's
that's funny.
But it's true, and to me, that is like that's the sexiest thing about the character. She is just such an I don't give enough. I'm just here, And there's so much in it that reminds you of Columbo, of just one more thing.
Yeah,
I got this. It's just rattling around in my head, and I just can't sleep until I figure it out. And it is beautiful.
I'm wondering if she's going to develop that sort of tact, or because she was relatively straightforward, clearly not really thinking things through on her, unless it was planned. But I feel like she put herself in some pretty dangerous situations when she didn't really need to. She was way too vocal about her internal dialogue in public, in dangerous spaces in the public.
And honestly, you see several times where she's like, oh, I should not have said that.
Yeah. Yeah.
where it's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna walk away because she also knows I'll just walk away. I
Yeah.
don't need, I don't need to bring anyone down. I don't need to do these things. You
Right.
know,
That's what she means about just I'm okay. I'm good.
I
I
got
don't
my
need any
Elvis impersonator
problems.
neighbor who's selling his Playboys. He's a cool guy. He can pick locks badly, but he can do
Yeah. Yeah.
it. Yeah, that see to me, that's the saddest part of us going town to town is we don't get to see our Elvis impersonator character actor again because he was chef's kiss in this, and I would love to see him as just a sidekick going through it. But then you can't do town to town.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is, as I understand it, going to be a nice town to town adventure. Classic Incredible Hulk, classic Fugitive, where
Yeah.
we're going to be seeing,
Kung
this
Fu,
person.
the A-Team, the whole nine.
Yeah, it comes into town and it, trying to lay low, trying to take care of herself, and then just somebody just tells a
Pulls
lie to
at your
her.
heartstrings and
Yeah,
you can't help it.
you can't, because that's the problem. I'm looking forward to reviewing this series, Maz.
I'm super, super excited about it. I did not expect the show to be as good as it was. It totally caught me by surprise, and I get the 99 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, and I haven't seen episode 2 yet because I've been like biding my time.
Yeah, yeah,
Now
yeah.
that we're done, I'm gonna buy my Peacock for $1.99 for 2 months, and I'm gonna watch the second episode, and we're gonna see this could like completely go to heck in like 2 episodes.
I don't know. I told a buddy of mine at work about this on Friday, and I talked to him on Monday. He's like, "Man, thanks for recommending that show." Me and my wife binged all the episodes. I was like, "All right, don't tell me nothing. I'm trying to watch
Mm-hmm.
week to week as I do these."
Yeah, no, I think they're going to be good.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is Natasha Lyonne. I really love her as an actress. I think I'm going to really like seeing Benjamin Bratt in this. I hope he comes back a few times at least. Um, and I like the format of the wandering,
Yeah.
the person wandering the earth, just trying
Yeah.
to stay one step ahead of the mob.
Yeah, and she's an actor's actor, right? Like
Yeah.
it's fun watching her work because you see the little flourishes and then the bits of nuance, and you're like, man, she really crafted this moment.
Well, and you know what she is she is a classic one character actress. Where she's one person in all of her roles.
Mm.
But the difference between every single role and every single person is profound. And you see, this is the thing. This is what I always say. It's like Peter Falk, you know, um,
I don't even know if
there's
it's
like,
the difference that's profound, but for me, it's like how real each moment feels.
yeah.
Like it doesn't
Well, that's
seem kind. It seems like it's happening in front of you in real time. Like
yeah,
the way the skin on the top of the eye dances, it's like these little things, but it feels like it's happening in real time. That's powerful.
and that is what is great about it to me. It is just she's a good actress. She can play like you don't notice that it's my point is you don't notice it's a different person every time
Mm.
because she's always just the same 30-year-old man
Mhm.
in this hot blonde's body. It's like it's like some kind of weird brain swatch comedy. I don't know, but
Yeah.
here she's coming in and she's doing it. But every single time she's on screen and she's a different character, she is a different character and she's a different actress. And if she gets a role that she can embody, which I think this was one she plays it on all the nuances. She has the full human range of emotions, and that's what makes a good actress or a good actor. So very excited to see where it goes, man. So let me just pull this up here. Hey folks, did you like this episode? Do you know what we're talking about? Have you gone to Peacock as yet and watched Poker Face?
Do it.
If so, yeah, do it, man. And then write to us and talk to us and let us know what you thought of it. You can write to us at CapesandLunatics@gmail.com. That's CapesandLunatics, all spelled out with letters, at gmail.com. And of course, call us at 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES, where you can leave us a voicemail and tell us why you like the show or why you hate it. And then likewise, go down to our show notes, click on Linktree, linktr.ee/CapesandLunatics, where you can buy merch and give us money and have fun. And that'll be cool. And if people do that or they don't do that, but still want to talk to you specifically, Mozz, how can they find you?
They can email me at mozzmanzor@gmail.com or find me on Facebook under Mozz Manzor. That's MOZZMANZOOR.
And of course, you can always write to me in that old-fashioned email way that our mothers and fathers once did at superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, all one word, at gmail.com. And of course, follow me on the Twitter as I live tweet things when I feel like it at Charlie Esser. That's CharlieEsser. Look for the two E's in the middle.
For quality. Bing.
Thank you, Mozz.
All right.
All right, me hearties, you've come to the end of another exciting adventure here as we sail the Peacockian realms of the internet. We've enjoyed what we've seen so far, and we'll see it again next week as we once again sail full steam ahead. Arr.
All right.
All right.